2022 so far hasn't had a graceful start. But don't worry, Taurus is not the only sign struggling to get the new year going. We might have been greeted with a double Venus and Mercury retrograde right on the first month of the year, but February is the time to process some of last month's stress. Though it would be nice, things won't just magically line up right away, so there's work that needs to be done. The good news is that both retrogrades will be long over just as we enter the month, and Mercury stations direct on the 3rd of February. This station is quite welcome since this whole ordeal might have affected either higher education or travel in the charts of many Taurians, both topics which are highly energetically tied to Mercury. With that being said, this will likely be a time of intensive study, writing, and exploration of foreign topics and ideas. Especially for those of you who are students, you may end up catching up on projects like essays, seminars, or speeches that were neglected or hard to accomplish during the Mercury retrograde. The 3rd of February has a lot more in stock, though, as the Sun and Saturn conjoin in your 10th house of career and public persona. This transit can actually be another mitigating factor for the early year hassle, especially for the Taurus born during the day and who are 21, 33, 45, 57, and 69. This conjunction happening in a fixed air sign also happens to be one of the signs where the planet of slowness, hard work, and hardship Saturn rules can bring hard-earned thoughtful advancements to your career plans. The Sun's presence brings a bit of heat to Saturn's otherwise cold and dawdling pace, which could manifest long-term work opportunities. This may even be a completely new job, making the new year feel like it's finally actually starting. While there will surely be a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to ensure that this position yields large profits, given this is your career path we're talking about, doing the work could feel hard yet joyous. For the Taurus born at night, this transit can be a bit more challenging. While a new job opportunity might still be present, you might have to deal with stifling pressure from your superiors. Either way, an opportunity is an opportunity. Further down the month, we have the conjunction of your ruling planet Venus with its astrological antagonist Mars. This transit is happening in your 9th house and starts on the 15th, and lasts to the month's conclusion as both planets also conjoin Pluto. This is a transit that can leave the Taurus out there with mixed feelings about February. While the nocturnal natives might get on the more positive side of this transit, instilling a drive to collaborate with peers who have alternate views in order to create something fresh and inspiring, the diurnal Taurus might feel a little bit of tension relating to these same peers. There's a chance that working with these people is involuntary, and you may have to work on being a little flexible, despite that not being the most defining trait of a Taurian. Because this continues the 9th house theme of last month, this could be a school, research, or travel project. The day after this conjunction, we have a full moon in Leo happening in your 4th house of family and home life. This transit can be a bit tense since Saturn will be opposing the moon on that day, creating an imbalance between your home and work life. Since we discussed earlier that there's a chance for new work opportunities, this full moon could fill your cup so much that you may start to bring some work home. Learning how to create clear boundaries will be necessary, especially if you are one of those dealing with power struggles at work. Be careful not to take out your frustration on those you live with, it won't be appreciated. Full moons are infamous for getting us to be a little more emotional than usual, so use that time to channel those emotions constructively. It might even be wise to have a frank conversation with male figures in your life, whether that's a friend, partner, or your father. They could have vital insight to help you navigate through this, and a clinical and direct male perspective could be just what you need. This could also, of course, refer to a female with these yang dominant traits. Last but most certainly not least, on the 24th, Taurus will have a square between Mercury and Uranus happening in your 10th house. This transit can be quite promising as squares are potent aspects. These two planets are closely linked with science, thought, and innovation, and they may trigger crazy inventive ideas that could get you noticed at work. With that said, February is most certainly a work-heavy month, so make sure to take breaks when necessary, but don't be afraid to let your creative juices run loose. Thank you so much for watching. Please give us a thumb up if you liked the video. Subscribe our YouTube channel not to miss the next video horoscope. Visit our website GoToHoroscope.com where you can find actual horoscope for today. Download our apps from Google Play and App Store to have your daily horoscope always on hand.